Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rekah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity in the streets of Babylon and also on these videos. Alright, so the Spirit has me in Baruch chapter 4, and I'm going to just go right in on it. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." Alright, so, the law first off is in effect forever, according to the scriptures, unlike what the Christian pastors will teach you. Also, it says you keep it, you're gonna come to life. All right, you leave it, and you're gonna die. Because literally, the penalty for sin, which is transgression of the law, is death, the grave. All right. Verse 2: "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated." All right. So the true Illuminati. Salaki, I'm at work. The true Illuminati is the men who understand this truth. All right, the people from Israel, or I should say the men from Israel, who are on the corners teaching and preaching this truth and on the videos. All right, we are the true Illuminati. All right. Verse 3: "Give not thine honor to another, nor things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation." See, so you don't want to get caught up in the ways of these heathen. You see, you don't want to be following their gods. You don't want to be following their holidays. You don't want to be following their customs, their traditions. You want to walk in the ways of Yahweh and His commandments, not the heathen. All right. Verse 3. Verse 4. "O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known to us." You see, Israel, we're made. It's made known to us what makes Him happy. All right, it's a delight for Yahweh to see the men of Israel out on the street corners preaching and teaching this word. All right, and so much so that the chariots are with us when we're out there preaching on these corners. Meaning the so-called UFOs. Let's go to a precept real quick. Psalm 34:7. "The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear Him, and delivereth them." All right. And the angel is dealing directly with those chariots, those UFOs, so-called UFOs. Those are angels in those chariots. All right. Go back to Baruch 4, we're on 5. "Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies." All right. So Yahweh didn't put us in captivity to be destroyed, even though, spiritually 2/3 of our people will remain destroyed. But no, it's because of our own doing. We fucked up as a nation, and so Yahweh put us in captivity under these heathen. All right, let's see if I can get that real quick. 2nd Esdras. I'm going to start at 57. "And now, O Yahweh, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us." You see? So the heathen are lords over us and devouring us because of our own doing. Because Yahweh put them as a whipping stick on our nation, Israel, because of our, because of our transgressions, because we turned away from our true power. Baruch 4 and 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not Yahweh. See, when you go to church here in America, Babylon, and you go and you put your hands together and sit down and get ready to pray to Jesus Christ, well, you're praying, you're sacrificing unto a devil. All right, that's Caesar Borgia. That's who the model was for Jesus Christ. Verse 8, ye have forgotten the everlasting Yahweh that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. All right, and this is all prophetic, because it was said that we were going to worship gods that our forefathers never knew as a curse. See, let me see if I can find that. It's a curse to worship these false idols and these gods that our forefathers never knew. Let me find it's in this chapter somewhere. Oh, here we go. Deuteronomy 28:36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. See? That's why we were serving these other gods, because it's a punishment. Verse 9. For when she saw the wrath of Yahweh coming, this is talking about Jerusalem, a wrath of God coming upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. Yahweh hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. So the prophets were able to, have visions, and they saw themselves going into captivity, you see. They saw themselves in the end times, even in these times, you see. Many of the prophets saw the destruction. Yahweh gave them the vision of the destruction of America, Babylon. It was Esdras who said, woe unto me, who shall save me in those days, And it's because of regeneration. They understood regeneration, reincarnation. He said, who's going to save me in those days? You see? Verse 11. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of Yahweh. You see, everything that happens to us, all the affliction that we're going through, is because we forsake Yahweh, And now here in America, Babylon, it's prophecy that the men of Israel are coming back into remembrance, And it's like the Apostle Gabar had mentioned, hey, you can't come into remembrance if you never knew something. Proving reincarnation is real. Because we used to know the truth. We used to know the laws. We used to know the commandments. But we forsake our power. And Yahweh has used these heathen nations to rule and devour us, like we read in Esdras. Alright? Verse 13. They know not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. See, so that's all of these 2/3 in America, Babylon. The majority of our people, they don't know the commandments. They don't know the laws. They don't know what's wicked and what's righteous. Verse 14. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. The everlasting is Yahweh. All right, He's the one who put us in captivity because of our transgression, because we forgot the laws, we forgot our true power. See, when we as Israelites keep the laws and commandments, that's when we have power. That's when Yahweh is strong with our nation, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But when we forget His laws and we forget His his statutes and commandments, well, that's when we're ready for to be destroyed by the heathen, meaning the other nations. All right. 14. Let them that dwell about Sion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. For he hath brought upon a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation and of a strange language, who neither reverenced old man nor pitied child. You see, because when the Europeans, the so-called white men, got to America, he didn't have pity on children. He didn't have pity on the old men, the old women. No, everybody was put to death, especially if they didn't worship his false idol, Jesus Christ. You see, instead, he came with a fierce countenance, meaning his facial expression was a fierce one, ready to kill. See, the so-called white man